Hello, everyone. Today we just got news that two new content updates are happening. So on the December 7th update, which is around 2 days from now, the Battlefield and the Brawl Arena that were previously unlocked on the global server will finally be available. So there's some information about both of these contents and uh, like little guides on what you have to do, what items you can get, how the battles work, and stuff like that. So we'll be reading over that. So first of all, Brawl Arena. So Brawl Arena is the sort of similar to Arena, but the battles happen in real time instead of auto. So Brawl Arena will be added where you can determine the stronger summoner while enjoying real-time battles. Luna will guide you on every little detail, including entry, pick and ban system, and the addition of a shop. So yeah, the pick and ban system is quite interesting, and I think this will actually prevent the game from being sort of easily accessible to free-to-play players, since you will need to build a lot of different units for this. So first of all, Brawl Arena entry time. So in order to ensure that enough people are joining the queue, it will only be available at 3 times per day. So the first one is at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific PST. Is that Pacific? I'm not sure. But yeah, just to make it easier to convert to your time zone, so 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. will be 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. UTC time. So in most cases, I think this will be the main time where EU players join at least. So I'm expecting this time to be the most popular along the server. The second time is 13 to 15 a.m. So rather 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. means, yeah, so when is that time? So it will be 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. UTC. So a little bit of a late night event for EU players, but perhaps more accessible for US players. And the third one will be 17 to 19, so essentially 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., which will be 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. to sort of people living in the EU time zone. This will most likely be a popular time zone for the Asia and Australia players, since for them this will be sort of an early morning. So I'm expecting the first and the third times to be the most popular. Second might be decently popular across the sort of Western EU countries, but definitely not the ones to the central or the east one. And yeah, you can get 5 brawl tickets every day and an item required for matching. After using the default ticket, bonus tickets can be purchased in 5s up to 3 times a day using crystals, so just a regular crystal refresh, like with a lot of content in the game. Quitting manually after a match has been found in result in a loss. So yeah, no, you cannot quit during the match, but the matches shouldn't be that much longer than the regular arena, so we'll see how that goes. Brawl Arena pick and ban system. So pick and ban system has been added to Brawl Arena. Ban the opponent's weapon and monster, and pick your monsters as Soul Link monster. Pick and ban phase will proceed as follows. So yeah, the first person is picking one monster, then two from there, third and there, the last two picks there, and last pick here. So in most cases, priority pick will probably be better just because he has that last pick, and he can also deserve an OP first pick. So yeah, I'm not sure why it was implemented this way, since in my opinion the Sky Arena RTA pick and ban phase is a little better, since one opponent gets to pick the first pick and the other one gets to pick the last pick. Whereas here, the priority pick is getting both the first and the last pick, so he can pick one of the meta units first, and then he can also counter the whole team with the last unit. So in my opinion, priority pick seems to be way more stronger in this case. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Maybe the meta is a bit different than in the other game. And monsters already picked by the opponent cannot be duplicated, of course. You must consider your team composition and also hinder the opponent's pick status. So yeah, basically the strategy is to pick meta units, or rather the strongest units you think the enemy will have. So for events where we had like Tiamat, Bastet, those will most likely be very popular picks, and unless the water element is banned, of course. So we'll be seeing a lot of duplicates of those. If you did not select a monster in time, the monster will be the highest power will be selected. Okay. Ban one monster from the opponent. So yeah, you can just ban any OP thing that you think the enemy will have. Select a soling monster from 3 monsters, pretty regular, nothing crazy there. And the Brawl Arena currency shop, so this is mostly the main part why you will be playing this. And you can use Brawl Seals to buy what is it? Devilmon, Light and Dark Scroll. I'm unsure what the Galaxy Stone is yet, but we'll have to see. And Breath of Lives. So I'm expecting Devilmon to be the most important pick. These two we'll see on the price, but I'm not liking the current pricing of these items in other shops, so I'm not sure if they will be any cheaper here. Alex Stone will have to see what it does. Perhaps someone is playing on the Korean server and can actually comment in the comment section. I'll make sure to pin the post so that others will know what the item does. And Brawl Arena exclusive outfits are available in the Brawl Arena shop. So yeah, that's for the RTA. It's sort of a short notice, but we kind of suspected how the mechanics will work from the previous game. But yeah, still interested to see how the battles work out. And jumping into the battlefield section. So the battlefield is a 9v9 team battle game mode where you can obtain sky stones. Here's all the information about entry, team battle process, and rewards. So battlefield entry time, similar to the Brawl Arena, it looks like it has 3 separate times. So these ones, I believe, are the same as the... Oh no, they're not. Okay. So the first time is from 11 until 1 p.m. So first time is 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. UTC. The second one will be 15 to 17. So let's just see what the time is for that. So 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. So this is a bit late. I see West EU players being able to join this one, but not so much the Central and Eastern EU. And doubt that this will be accessible to Asia and Australia players yet. I think it will be more popular along this timeline. So 7 till 9. Let's see what that time is. Yeah, so this one is definitely not for EU players. This will be mostly for the US players and Asia and Australian players. So this will be definitely a popular time zone, and this will be one of the more popular ones in EU time. This one I only see being played by US players, so the player count will most likely be a little less in this one. And yeah, you can enter up to 3 times using default entries, and of course you can recharge it up to 3 times. Battlefield 9v9 team battle. So you will see different interface for normal feats and parties when you enter the battlefield. A list of team members and their physical strength will be displayed at the top, so you can check the remaining time until the end of the battlefield and the score status of each team. Here are 3 ways to earn the points will determine your team wins or loses. So let us see the interface right here. Okay, so yeah, you basically have a score counter at the top. It said there was a player, I believe it will be here, but since there's only one player now, so not much is shown. And yeah, it looks like you have this huge maze sort of map where you can actually mine these sky stones and later obtain them. If the images do not lie, I saw that the sky stone amount you get is very decent actually. So yeah, mining sky stones, you can earn points just by mining undefined sky stones and sky stone outcrops. Looks like the drops are 100 each or something similar to that. So we'll have to see how many you get there. Also, you can earn points by obtaining undefined scarstones from destroying jars and defeating creatures. So apparently there will be some PvE mobs that you can defeat. If you're not confident about battling, get undefined skystones to earn points. So yeah, the big thing here is it is a PvP mode. However, having really strong units seems like will not be as important as in other content, since you can still contribute a lot to your team by just mining or defining your skulls. So don't be scared away of the content just because you have weaker monsters or just lower power in general. It seems like you will still be able to compete. And yeah, make sure to work together with your teammates, as the opponent team will be out to defeat you. Yeah. So defining skystones. Once you've mined skystones, go to the defining zone to define undefined skystones. You can earn points according to the number of skystones refined. So I'm guessing this might be sort of a PvP area where you have to define. And yeah, however, you will lose all your undefined skystones if the opponent defeats you before you finish refining the stone. So yeah, let's look at the area. Yeah, so looks like there's some kind of a middle area, or rather a few areas here, and I'm guessing the PvP will be enabled in the zone. However, we're yet to see that. And yeah, continuing. So the third way is, of course, PvP, so defeating the opposing team. Battlefield is no fun without battles. You can earn points by defeating the opponent. You can steal all undefined skystones by defeating the opponent. You can earn kill points to prevent the opponent team from earning defining points. So yeah, it looks like if you are one of those players who mostly advanced a lot in this game, have stronger units than a big majority of the players, it seems like PvPing might be the option for you in this case, instead of mining, since if you compare it, no matter what power you have, if both of the enemy and your team mine, essentially you are earning around an equal amount. However, if your units are stronger than the enemy, you have potential to go further than them by killing them and stealing their stones. So it looks like you will need someone who fights rather than just a mining v mining battle. Otherwise, it will be close to a draw, or the fight will definitely be very unbalanced. And yeah, however, if you defeat the protected summoner, the defected summoner will drop all undefined skystones, but others will not be able to pick them up. So yeah, the protected summoner is actually someone who already died 5 times. So essentially, it is to prevent sort of spawn killing or just camping people who have way less power than you and allowing them to actually contribute. So even though you kill them, they will not drop the items, or rather you will not be able to pick them up, so not allowing you to progress towards the 50,000 point goal. And yeah, there are 3 victory conditions. So first team to reach the target 50,000 points. The higher points when the battle ends. I'm not sure what the timer of the battle overall is. If we check the screenshots, it looks like there is 5 minutes here and the score is pretty low. So perhaps this one will be more of a starting. So yeah, it looks like when you start you have around 7 minutes, so we can expect somewhere around there. And yeah, definitely can be making those battles too long, otherwise people will just get bored of it. And yeah, the third victory condition is first team to reach the points if points are equal. I'm not sure how that works, because how can you reach points if they are equal? Yeah, either way, the winning team will earn skystones and victory seals. And yeah, from what I can see here, the skystone amount is definitely decent. 50,000 gold is okay-ish. It's not a huge amount, but it's definitely a chunk that will contribute to your overall total. 13,000 skystones, if that's the average you can earn from a battle, then it is a really great amount, actually, and sort of compares to the Rupture raid that you can do once a day or twice a day. So yeah, definitely a content worth doing. And All participating summoners will earn a participation award, battlefield title acquisition, and of course, top tier players will get additional rewards based on their rank. However, you can only obtain rewards if your score is higher than 1000, so this is naturally to prevent AFKing in the battle. So if you enter and AFK, you will get nothing. And ranked awards will not be given if you exit during a game. So yeah. Was there not a yeah, victory seal, there you go. All participating summoners will earn... Did they say where you can spend your victory seals? Looks like they didn't. So yeah, we're yet to see that. But yeah, the content looks decent overall. You might have seen this already if you play on Korea, since the content is released there. I haven't bothered to make a strong account there, so I'm not gonna spoil any footage from there, as I'll just waiting for the global release of this content. But I'm kind of excited about it. We'll have to see. The game is definitely becoming a little more time gated, as you will have to attempt to do these battles at a certain time and cannot just play whenever it is convenient for you. This is something I didn't like about Summoners War Sky Arena, and I really hope it doesn't become a permanent thing with a lot of content here, as I prefer to play the game at my own pace whenever possible, and missing on this content would be a little bit of a shame. But yeah, we'll for sure be testing out both the BRAWL Arena and the Battlefield. We'll maybe make some kind of the guides on how they work out, or just the first impressions of it. And yeah, other than that, see you in the next one.